New developments tonight in the sentencing of notorious New England mob boss James Whitey Bulger.
Today, the court heard emotional impact statements from about a dozen relatives of murder victims, but not from Bulger himself.
The 84-year-old was convicted of taking part in 11 murders in the 1970s and 80s, but today he refused to face the families of his victims and to address the judge who is expected to hand down his sentence tomorrow.
Target 12 investigator Tim White has been on top of the Bulger case for years and was inside the courtroom for today's hearing.
Tim joins us live from federal court in Boston with new details.
The first of 11 victims walked up to the podium in court, looked directly at Whitey Bulger and used one word to describe what he saw: Satan. That marked the beginning of a very emotional and sometimes explosive day in the courtroom.
Matt, will you talk?
For some, it was a moment they had been waiting for decades.
So his name, hopefully, I'll never have to listen to again. And he's behind me, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
One by one, family members of those impacted by Bulger's reign of terror addressed the court and Bulger himself. Wearing an orange prison jumpsuit, the 84-year-old never looked up from his notepad as they spoke.
He had his chance to face me, and he kept his back turned to me, just like the FBI and the Justice Department have turned their back to me.
David Wheeler, whose father was gunned down by Bulger's crew in 1981, took the opportunity in court to criticize the FBI for using Bulger as an informant and turning a blind eye to his murderous rampage.
They need to face justice, too.
I said if I could, I'd strangle him with my bare hands the way he did my sister.
Some, like Steve Davis, almost didn't get their chance to speak. A jury did not convict Bulger in the murder of Davis's sister, but a judge allowed a chance for all to be heard.
I don't want anyone ever bringing up closure. There's no closure to this. My sister can't come back.
In August, Bulger was convicted of 31 counts that he was the boss of a criminal operation and took part in the murders of 11 people. Bulger simply said no when asked if he had anything to say. He'll learn his fate tomorrow 10 a.m. when the judge hands down her sentence. New at 6 o'clock, hear why Bulger decided not to address the court. Live with the Target 12 investigators in Boston, Tim White, Eyewitness News.